Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Deja Mule. Happy Halloween, and we got a special episode today. Got my buddy here, Gabe, aka Dr. Quest. He's a graffiti artist. He's also a traditional artist, going into digital as well. So let's give him a round of applause. Woo! Yeah, it's weird. There's no one ever here, so. But so we haven't seen each other in a long time. Clearly, we're wearing Halloween costumes. I am an amateur gynecologist, Dr. Puss Puss. And you said your name is, you're Patrick.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's my first name is Patrick, yeah.
But you usually go by Gabe.
Yeah, I did for the longest time. At first, my mom was going by Patrick, but then my dad has a heavy Filipino accent.
Uh-huh.
And so I guess he was pronouncing the Patrick as an F. So he was calling me Patrick. So mom was like, all right, we'll kind of, I like Gabe too. We'll just go by Gabe. So my whole, youngster years all the way up until just the beginning of this year, I decided to just go by Patrick because, signing documents and stuff, and people look for me, and I think I go by Gabe, and people are trying to find me as Patrick. And so I was like, you know what, we're just going to go by Patrick from now on.
I always wanted to, have a different name because, so my name, it's kind of boring, Adam. It's like I don't have a nickname. It doesn't really rhyme with anything. So when people, when I was younger, they'd call me Adam. It's like, okay, yeah, that's very clever. They say, oh, Adam and Eve. But like being able to have that, I was considering when college started being like, hey, I want to change my name to my middle name. But I never went through with it because I felt like it'd be weird.
Well, I found my name through, I had a friend. He was a graph writer. He's the one that actually taught me all the how to use a can and the usage of it. And he came up with the name Quest.
Uh-huh.
But what was funny is that 2 weeks before that, I was just practicing, trying to come up with the name for myself. And when you write a name, you want to have a name that sticks and means to you.
Yeah.
Because growing up in high school, as a graph writer, I was always switching up names. This name for a month, and then this name for another month, and then there's just one that will stick for you for the rest of your life, and you're like, that's the name right there. And I just came up with the name Q just because I could write it so evenly. And when he told me, he was like, yo, I got a name for you, Quest, but I took out the T because it just didn't what do you call that, balance the name. Yeah, there you go. And I was like, that's insane, bro, because I just came up with that name 2 weeks ago. He was like, well, then it's true, that's you. He gave me the name because he said that growing up I was in the church, so he said that when you're in the church you're always on a quest. You're trying to be evangelistic or something. So I was like, that's me. I'm always out there in a way spreading words, or the good word, and I was doing it through Dr. Quest, and it just stuck. I added the doctor because I seen someone out there writing that, and it wasn't me, and I didn't want anyone to associate me with him.
Yeah.
So, I saw people adding the Mr. To their name, and that I didn't want to put Mr. like everyone else, so I came up with Doctor.
That's weird because I'm dressed up like a doctor.
Yeah.
That's cool, though, dude.
Dr. Puss.
So we have a couple of your examples of your art. I thought that was a good idea to pick two of your favorites because this one's super fucking sick. This one looks like it's in a spiral bound notebook, but it looks like it's on canvas, but that's just plain paper, correct?
Yeah, I did that. That was during COVID times, locked down in my room. I had a whole Iron Lac had a sale. They make spray paints, and they just had this own your own craft pack in your house during the quarantine, and I'd spent $100 on it, and they sent me a whole bunch of markers and stuff. So I just went to town in one of these big books that I have. It's just paper. And this piece I did, one of my favorite rappers growing up. I've been listening to him since high school.
And he's local?
He's from Sacramento, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, that's pretty sick. And those are paint markers, right?
That's golden paints, Iron Lac paints, and some paint markers, yeah.
Dude, that looks really fucking sick. I like the detail because if you could zoom in a little bit on the clothing and stuff, look, there's a sunset and the sleeve with an island.
Oh yeah, so that has to do with his albums. He has a whole album that it was called a, what do you call the house that was from Dragon Ball, the Kame
Oh
house?
yeah, the Kame House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the whole album was like each song was named after Frieza, or something had to do
Dang.
with DBZ.
That's super sick. I literally just finished watching all the way from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Super like 2 months ago, but like within a span of a month.
Wow.
Like I was watching it every single fucking day. Whenever I was going, whenever I had my lunch break, I'd be watching it. When I come home, I would immediately be watching it. And then we saw the movie that just came out too, and it was really good.
Oh, they
And
came out with a movie.
yeah, it's in theaters. Well, it was in theaters, but it's weird because they made it like 3D animated. So it's
Like Pixar?
not like Pixar, kind of like like almost like Borderlands ish.
Oh,
where
okay.
it's like cartoony and like hard lines for the outlines of people, but it's like clearly like computer generated.
CGI.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
And
that
it was
looks-
really dope.
that
But
sounds
that's a
dope.
sick concept though. Damn. How long did it take you to do that?
This I actually have a video of me doing it. I haven't put it together though, but I think it took me one day,
Oh shit.
6 hours.
Damn. That's really good. And then we have another one that we want to show too. That one, yeah, I had it as a it's a reel, but
Oh yeah, I chose. I thought it was a picture,
okay.
but yeah. So that right there was me painting a picture for JID, and I went to his
Uh-huh.
concert, and I was just so determined for this moment. Almost got into like 2 fights just trying to get to the front. Thankfully,
Really?
when I got there, because I wanted to be the earliest one, I
Uh-huh.
was like, I don't care, I'll camp out in front of the line. When I
Uh-huh.
got there were some people that were so juiced off of this painting. They're like, we got special guest tickets, so we're gonna meet him, and we're already gonna be in the front stage.
Uh-huh.
When you get in, look for me, bro, because I'll get you to the front.
Dude, that's
So,
fucking sick.
When I walked in, there was like this girl. She just paused me. She was like, what do you think you're going? I was like, come on. I was so focused on not getting this damaged,
Yeah.
man. So I was like, I'm gonna look the other way. And then that's when the guy, he just called on my name. And what the
Uh-huh.
funny thing is, when he called on my name, the crowd looked back and they just like separated like the Red Sea. I just saw the front railing.
That's
Wow.
dope. So it reminds me of Etta and Eddie. Did you do that on purpose? Like I totally could imagine those being like one of the kids like the neighborhood.
That's exactly where it came from, because he has a song, and he came out with a song that was, he had someone animate Ed, Ed, and Eddie, and he put that character as an Ed, Ed, and Eddie character, that character I painted right there.
Uh-huh.
That was from his music video.
Really?
Yeah, and the name of the song is called Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
That's dope. It's actually kind of weird that, and now that I think about it, I don't think they have a black character in Ed and Eddie.
Yeah,
That's
no.
interesting. They're all Canadian.
Yeah, exactly. And then he puts himself in there.
Dude, in like a director's chair. That's freaking sick.
Yeah, that was juiced. What was
Oh
funny
yeah,
is,
there you go. Now I can pause it.
right when he put it on the director's chair, everyone was like juiced and hyped. They were screaming. And it's kind of like I had a little 5 seconds of fame right there. But what was funny is that out of nowhere in my vision, I was so hyped on, he just took it from my hand.
Uh-huh.
He shook my hand like that. That was what's up. And out of nowhere, like 5 blunts just came out of nowhere. In my vision, I was like, whoa, yo.
It's like bukkake. Just like, oh, let me get some of that.
I mean, all right, yeah.
Did you hit every single one of them?
Yeah, I had 5 in my hand. And I just held my hands out like that. People were just like, all right, let me get that back.
You're like, I gotta. It's like, oh, fuck it. I'm getting an Uber home.
Definitely 2019 pre-COVID,
Dude, those were the days, dude. I'm
It
so
was.
glad that they're starting to,
Go
have
back to that.
concerts. Yeah, like we went to like 3 concerts in the past month, so definitely I think that's the most I missed. And like that's what kind of sucks is that like whenever like shit hits the fan economy wise or whatever, that the arts are always the first to get hit because it's like it's not a necessity like on like a financial or whatever, but like on a mental level.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do? Just not watch TV? You're just gonna not listen to music? You're not gonna
Yeah.
do any of that?
It was devastating. I remember the day before the lockdown, and
Mm-hmm.
I drove right past the school. I seen all the kids getting out. It was just a cool scene to see. And then the next day, quiet, nothing, none of that. And it was going on for a while. And then when the kids started to come back to the classrooms, it was like enlightening. Just like, wow, all right, that, you know, you see that every day,
Yeah.
but like at this moment, I was so deprived of seeing that. That actually made me feel good.
Yeah.
Seeing, you know, the T-ball teams out there playing baseball again, like, oh, okay, we're going back.
It's kind of weird to think because now like traffic's back to normal. Like to be in that moment and no one was there. It's like, is everyone just like stuffed in their house? And it's kind of weird to think about like
Where did
how
everyone
many
go?
how many people were just in their houses during like those 2 years. I would say 1.5 to 2 years.
Yeah.
But I remember too, like before the shutdowns, I went to a concert like the week before, and then like I had 3 concerts lined up, and they all got rescheduled and then canceled. I'm like, damn, dude, and I had to wait 2 years for one of them, and they rescheduled like 3 times.
Wow.
But
Yeah, I had a lot of friends that were super, like, they stayed inside their house, and, you know, they had me over. We tried to do a podcast over there. And when I walked into his door, he had the gloves on, and he sprayed me directly in the face with some 99 ISO alcohol.
did it get in your eyes?
Dude, he got me directly in the eyes.
my
It's like,
God,
you are
Dude, that sounded like it would
playing.
hurt.
It was funny. I was like, you're lucky I'm a good person and think that was funny.
Oh my
Because I
God.
would have laughed if I did it to you.
Dude, so one time, freaking, me and Eric, we went to a baseball game together, and we had the spray sunscreen, and I asked him to get my face, and he's like, okay. He sprays it and holds it on for like 5 seconds, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm just like, it would have been funny. It's funny if it didn't happen to you, but like it started seeping into my eyes, and I was wearing contacts, so like everything had like this haze, so I couldn't really see throughout the whole game. And I was just like, dude, you're such an asshole. But that's something I totally would have done too.
He sprayed you in the face.
Just like
maced
held
you.
it, just held it for like 5 seconds. It was like so. I had to like wipe it off, and it was just so annoying. I was pissed.
Was it a clear coat or
No, it was white.
goes along, Dr. Puss Puss?
So I got another thing I want to see too. There was this thing. So it's like the shroom guy with like selling lemonade. And that one looks really cute. So this looks digital, right?
Yeah.
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 So isn't it weird, right? Like going from like traditional to like digital.
Yeah, you know what's funny is coming from that, going from Black Books to Procreate or whatever drawing app you use, Sketchbook, you know, a lot of other friends would tell me like, that's cheating, bro, that's cheating. You know,
That's what
it's
people
not
say.
cheating, it's actually just made easier. You
It
know?
is.
You could just bust out real quick logos like this and it's legit. There's no like sketching it out first, just bust it out freehand. This was all
Yeah.
freehand.
Really?
Yeah, and
Damn.
you know, Procreate has a lot of like you could draw a curved line, as you can see right there at the bottom with the of the counter. That line you could just draw it, and it could be a sloppy line, but you hold it down, and it just makes a perfect line. So,
Damn. I have no idea how to use Procreate, and I'm actually using it more difficult to, I guess, making it more difficult on myself because I turned off all like the autocorrect, like the smoothing and stuff, because I wanted to make it look like I drew it.
like natural.
Yeah, but I just barely got that. Like probably like 3 or 4 months ago, I got an iPad, and it's so difficult to like having. I feel like there's so many possibilities with like having it on digital that makes me like more hesitant to draw than if I were to have a pen and pencil in front of me or something like that.
Yeah,
I don't know where to start because it's just so infinite. Like, oh, what resolution? It's like fucking huge.
Yeah, you could do that. You could. Well, it depends on what you want to do. Once you learn the whole resolutions and everything, like you can make a really fine lines with turning up the pixels in a small square space. Or have you seen those ones where the people just zoom out?
Yeah.
And it's just like a whole story just zooming out.
They're the vectors.
Yeah, I honestly haven't figured out how they do it, but what I think they do is they have a big resolution and like a shit ton of pixels up in there. So that way when you zoom in, you could zoom in a whole bunch, like maybe like 1,000,000 pixels per square inch. And that way you could zoom in and then you could do that.
Yeah.
And keep zooming out and then do more and then zoom out and then do more.
Yeah.
I haven't figured it out, but you can always look it up at YouTube.
Well, because I know that, because I came from before, I had like a Cintiq, and I would use it on my computer and stuff, but like, they had like Adobe Illustrator, which is vector, so it's just like basically it means that there's no pixels. It's like no matter, it's kind of like how
Yeah.
those drawings are. No matter how much you zoom in, it'll always be clear.
It's saved in a
But
mathematical formula.
yeah, so it's like I don't know if Procreate has some sort of like you can make it into vector files, or if there's another app that you have to use, because I saw like 5 of them where it looks really sick and he was doing it for like a minute straight of zooming in, and it's like I don't know if he's using it in Procreate, or if he just like got the file and put it on his iPad and then just started zooming in or something.
Yeah, with the limitations on the tablet,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there's so much you could do. I actually have a Huan drawing screen. It's a 24-inch big old screen, you know, and it's 4K. And I think if you have a super computer, like a, you know, maybe like a really powerful graphics card, and therefore you could do that. I noticed when I turn up the settings, like bigger resolutions on the iPad, you can only have so many layers.
Yeah.
But then if you have, you know, more firepower in your hardware, you could probably crank that up and have no effect. You can have as many layers while having a high resolution.
Yeah.
But the program I use on the Huan tablet is Krita.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically Adobe, I think it's Adobe Illustrator, the similar,
Okay.
except it has all the same features as Adobe. They're more manual. Adobe has more automated features.
Yeah,
I think.
which I try to avoid that just because.
Yeah.
I think you sound like you have a similar style where it's like you want to have it more your control rather than having a computer do it. But
Yeah, there's two different files, the SVGs and then also the raster images. Raster images is what like your normal like Procreate.
yeah,
It uses rasters. And then when you want to switch, Krita has the vector mode and the raster mode. And you can even do a vector layer and then a raster layer and then
Okay.
a vector layer. So
nice. So what is this? Does this like have any sort of meaning for the mushroom guy, or is it for a client, or you just kind of did it on your own?
yeah, it was for a client. Well, I got myself into what is known as sessions.
Uh-huh.
And basically it's like the fairgrounds, but you purchase, you know, shrooms or
Uh-huh.
other goods like the God's cabbage.
Not to be confused with the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
That's cool. So like was this like a prompt that they gave you, or was this something that you kind of like
Yeah, so
came up yourself?
there's a whole bunch of vendors out there. They got their, you know, just fire weed and fire shrooms, and they make their own edibles with these things, you know. And this guy, he's wanted to start his own shroom drinks. They make shroom tea lemonades. They make shroom gummies and brownies, just like, you know, your medical marijuana edibles.
Yeah. It's crazy how shrooms are coming up now. Like basically is just being like the next form of edibles kind of thing. Like
Yeah, man.
using it in everything.
It's crazy because the first time I heard it going legal in certain places, I think Santa Cruz, I heard the first place, or Santa Cruz or Oakland. One of those two were the first two cities I heard that went legal.
Yeah.
And they said the first thing I heard of it was someone said that it has a very positive effect on people with schizophrenia.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, psychologically thinking, but I don't have schizophrenia, so I wouldn't know that field, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that just seems crazy. But you know, I do see it. I've seen people that take whole eighths, and that's just to act normal.
yeah.
They cope better with people when they talk on that high dosage. I guess people get, or everyone has a high tolerance to it. So you take this amount of shrooms, the next day you need to take a little bit more or something like that. You know?
Yeah, you build a tolerance, I heard too. All right, do you want to check out another one we have here? So we have a bunch of your paintings, which is I'm glad you had it all in one picture, so that way it's just easier to show all of them. But it's just like a variety of different landscapes. It looks like it's like all the seasons and stuff, and that's really cool. Are they on canvas or paper?
That's so I had a canvas pack. My mom got me a canvas pack for Christmas, and I just rubber glued all them together. And I just made one big canvas and post a picture in each one of them. It has all different seasons, or 3 different seasons actually. It's you know, the winter, the summer nights or summer sunsets, and then, you know, the spring. What would you call that, island? But I started doing landscapes because you know, doing graffiti, a lot of people, they want their fence painted, but not a lot of people, they want their neighborhood to look good. And I think graffiti looks good in certain places, but when it's like someone's name blasted on a fence, or even a company's name blasted in graffiti.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good on like businesses, but when it's in neighborhoods, it kind of tones down things
Uh-huh.
in a sense. But when you paint a landscape in that neighborhood, it makes everything seem cool in that area.
Yeah. I was gonna say is that who's that one guy that I? It's like this one guy that kept on tagging up like all of San Jose, where it was like this like character, where and he was saying like "be fine" or something like that. I can't remember what it was. I don't know why I'm even speaking because I don't have. But it was like this weird character. It was just like an outline of this weird like looking guy who's like smiling and it always says like "be fine" or it's some sort of
Be fine.
yes.
Did it have one eye?
I think so.
That's funny. that yeah, that's Gysek, I think. If you're talking about that same
Let's
guy.
see. Is like this graffiti. Should it be fine or something like that? Because he tagged everywhere. Like it was on the highway signs. It was on, uh, like overpasses and stuff. It was like I saw him in neighborhoods sometimes too. But
It's just like a cyclops eye with like the hair from Futurama, like that.
well, just put San Jose character graffiti or something like that. Let's see if I could find it. I don't know if I could because this is pretty recent, but I remember that's the thing is like I like it whenever it is like in a good spot too for graffiti because like we've had one neighborhood I lived at where I guess there's this.
There's Giraffe.
That's sick.
I remember when I was in middle school, this guy, they there was like all these wanted signs for him tagging up everything. I just was going to the office one day. I seen it. I was like, wow, this guy's flyer is on the school. You know what I mean? And he was wanted so bad. I don't. There's a lot of people that get up, but it seems like they really wanted this guy.
Yeah.
What was cool is that he did his time and he came out, and now he's a legend. Now he keeps painting this face all over, but he does it paid now.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like you kind of have to like in graffiti, you kind of have to like not give a fuck, or at least find places that you could actually do it where it's like where people will see, so that way you can get your name out. Like
Yeah.
otherwise, if you're like painting under bridges and shit, like no one's gonna see it. But if you paint on like overpasses and stuff, that's how you get your name out.
Yeah, it's acrobatic. Most of them do it a lot for the rush.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always think like, how the hell did it get on that bridge?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
if you were to go up there, you would see that there's like maybe like a good foot to get your foot on there, enough to shimmy your feet left and right, and then they hold onto the edges.
Yeah.
But sometimes they get those tags on there, and I don't even know how they got up there. It almost seems like they had a ladder, because they have these extendo ladders that they're like the lightsabers that we used to hit each other with.
Yeah.
And they used to just pop out like that. Well, the ladder pops out like that.
Oh shit.
So you could carry it in a small, and then when it comes time to get up there, and that face you're probably talking about, if we're talking about the same person, my buddy, he always walks around with the ladder. And this way, no one can, cap him.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was just like, oh, I don't like this guy, tag it. But then now he's up in the air. How did he get up there?
Damn. Yeah, I wouldn't. That's crazy. I don't know if I would do that. I fucking first of all hate ladders, so I probably wouldn't ever do that. But like, it is kind of crazy seeing too, like how someone graffitied recently on the 280, one of the signs where it was like they had a fucking boom truck that's probably like 40 feet in the air, 30 to 40 feet in the air. It's like, how the hell did they get up there?
Over 280.
Yeah, 280, like going towards like Sacramento.
Does it say look?
No, I think it was. I don't remember what it said, but it was like they spray painted over like the roads, that like the exits and stuff. So they had, so they were like on the side, like they shut off one of the lanes, and like the police were there, and they had a like some company had a boom truck, and it was like 20, 30 feet in the air, probably 40 maybe.
And they're buffing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember I was caught up on the 101 traffic like at 12 at night. I'm like, this is 12. There's no. Everyone should be home sleeping. Why is there traffic here? Crazy traffic. And I got closer. It was that bridge that's always hit up. Mm-hmm. And yeah, same thing. They had the arm out there, and the dude was just painting it gray. So the traffic was going cinched to one line, and then it went back as soon as he went over the bridge. But I don't know why they would do that, because then it's just like, all right, that's a fresh canvas.
Uh-huh.
Unless they turn it up, the security on it.
Yeah.
It almost seems like they do it. Like, all right, we're gonna buff it. Now we're gonna wait.
Yeah. They'll like have someone like be on watch out, and then it'll probably be like 2 weeks till they give up. And like, okay, fuck it.
Yeah. Some people told me that that's how the graffiti task force works.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if I did something on the wall, they would cover it halfway, and I'd be like, what? So then I got to go back and fix it, and when I'm there, they're just sitting in the bushes waiting.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but
Uh-huh.
that seems like a tactic.
Yeah. But back to the paintings, is that I actually really like how you did for the back canvas too, like the gradients. Like, did you painted that beforehand? Like you.
Yeah, so a lot of times when I'm painting,
Mm-hmm.
I hate wasting paint. So when I finished my painting, or I gotta finish it tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
and I have all this paint, I don't have a lid for it. It's still on the plate or something. I want to just use it somewhere, so I'll go prime a canvas with it
Okay.
and use it for something. And these are the ones where I had a lot of orange in the middle, so that's what I did. I was like, I got a good sunset, throw some islands, and there you go. You got a ocean in the middle.
Yeah. I was gonna say I kind of whenever I don't paint that often, but when I did, I always kind of like picky too about like wasting paint. And whenever I see like acrylic pours and stuff, I'm just like, oh, there's so much paint wasted.
I know. Do you know what you could have done with that?
Dude, it's crazy. But I mean, it's kind of cool how more popular it's becoming, I guess. But like, I still prefer like actual, rather using your hand to actually paint and doing it rather than like, have a bunch of like abstract sort of stuff that's just from physics.
Yeah, a lot of people like that fractal kind of art, because
Yeah.
every time that the people view paintings in a different way, so
Mm-hmm.
they always see something different. I had
Yeah.
this one painting where I kind of just like dumped a whole bunch of paint, had it drip left and right, and when I'll be lit sometimes, and I'll look at it and it's different,
Uh-huh.
and then if I'm drunk, I'll look at it again, it's different.
Uh-huh.
And it's just weird how your mind, on a certain level,
Mm-hmm.
it reacts in a certain way. It perceives things in different ways. Like, I didn't think about the painting that way
Yeah.
the other day when I was high, but now that I'm drunk, it looks kind of different. That's weird.
Yeah. You can see different shapes and stuff too, because even with stuff that is not abstract, there's still things you're like, oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, that's true. And to be honest, I don't even drink, so I'm never really drunk, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. All right, cool. Let's check out one more. Let's see. So I did like this one too. So this one's like a time lapse video you have.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So Traxamillion is a producer from San Jose,
Uh-huh.
from Seven Trees. And what was crazy is that he put it up on his Instagram when he was still alive. He put up on his Instagram that he was looking for someone to a painting, and he was going to hang it up in his studio.
Uh-huh.
And someone sent me that, and I just took my shot. I was like, yo, I do art. Can I show you my art?
Uh-huh.
And he liked my art, and he said, yeah, let's work on something. So I had this drawing that I did, and it started off first as different landmarks.
Uh-huh.
And he said he wanted the whole painting to represent him. And so what he did, he's a pioneer of the hyphy movement.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of the
like early
hyphy music
2000s.
was his beats,
Really?
Yeah, so he was well known, and he's well favored in San Jose. We use him as a source of pride here. And on top of him is the Jacka, which is another artist, and they did a lot of music together.
Mm-hmm.
So I did something that I thought represented him, and he's in the studio. There was a soundboard you saw there to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Hotel Dianza. He wanted something to do with the Hotel Dianza.
Yeah.
And the Seven Trees is, that was his hood, where he's from.
Uh-huh.
Right behind him, on top where the Jacka is, right behind him is the Burger Bar. And
Shit.
that's
yeah.
everyone knows that spot in San
Mhm.
Jose.
I still have never eaten there, and I drive by it like every single fucking day.
Honestly,
It does not
If
slap.
you get there, yeah, it does not slap. I don't know, man. Some people have, but like their base burger, when you say, "Oh, I want a cheeseburger," they'll give you, a cheeseburger,
Mm.
but they put like another layer of their homemade relish. And some people like relish, I don't. And it's like a
Yeah.
whole patty of relish, so it's like a huge scrape off for me.
Yeah.
But if I go there and ask for the 5 burgers, say no relish and cheese,
Yeah.
it's boss. It
Okay.
actually tastes just like White Castle.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
haven't had. I still have not had White Castle burgers though. I really freaking want to, especially when you see Harold and Kumar too.
Yeah.
It's like I freaking want to get this so bad, but like, I think they have one in L.A., right?
Yeah, I think they
But
do.
but like, I think that's like the closest one to us. But like, yeah, dude, I'm a huge fan of burgers, so it's like,
I used to live in San Leandro, and I'm not sure if this is true, but I think I did see a White Castle burgers down there, or over there in San Leandro or Oakland area.
okay, I'll have to Google that.
Not
But
too sure how that.
Right now, I'm
that
super
is.
into Shake Shack. Now that they have a couple over here, and they're actually building another one in Oak Ridge Mall.
Shake Shack. I never had that. Everyone's talking about that though.
It's really good. People always like compare it, or at least they like try to put it up on YouTube, like, oh, which one's better, Shake Shack or In-N-Out? And everyone's like In-N-Out, and then once they have Shake Shack, like, oh shit, this is actually really good. But the thing is, it's like it costs twice as much.
Yeah, no.
So
I remember
it's different.
the chicken burger hype or the
Oh, the Popeyes.
yeah the Popeye
Dude,
chicken.
Popeye's chicken sandwich is really good.
Dude, people actually died off of that hype.
Yeah.
They just get shot standing in line. Came here for that. And,
Can you imagine that? That's the way you go, dying from being in line getting a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
oh, I'd be so pissed. I'd haunt.
Yeah,
I would have some rage to express. It's like I'm staying on Earth real quick. I gotta fuck their lives up real quick.
Just be like, right when you die, you like haunt their chicken sandwich and you just give them diarrhea.
Montezuma's revenge. Straight dysentery.
All right, so we got one more to go. We got one more of your examples. Oh, actually, never mind. That was just the thing, but your that is your page. But you have a lot of art, dude. That's the thing that I really respect about you is how much like you work on art. Like I always see you posting new stuff, so
Thank you.
it's just really cool.
Yeah, honestly, I always wanted to have a job where I just wake up and do art.
Uh-huh.
And it was a long process of trying to figure that one out
Uh-huh.
going out of high school. Because when I came out of high school, the first thing I wanted to do was animation, go straight to animation. But I honestly didn't have the patience for school.
Yeah, I'm the
And-
same way.
And oh yeah, I went to West Valley with you.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember we would go, me, you, Brandon, and Eric, and we like had lunch at Johnny Rockets.
Yeah,
once.
yeah. And so, in the process, I was like, you know what? I don't know about this whole animation. I still want to do the animation, but I think there's a whole process for me just to learn it all. I want to learn like everything and inside and around about it.
Yeah.
And so currently where I'm at right now is marketing and branding, and here I love it.
Nice.
They gave me freedom to do the art. If a customer needs a proofing on some logo, I'll look at it, make sure it looks right.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm the one who has OCD. If it looks to the left a little bit, like a millimeter,
Like
alright.
send it back.
Yeah.
Do they have you work on it, or do they just like send it back to whoever?
A lot of these customers are like Netflix and Comcast
Oh,
and
shit.
things like that. So they usually have their artwork. It's usually their logo
Uh-huh.
in an SVG file, and just make it, size it to the right size,
Uh-huh.
to the placement and what they're talking about, and you're good to go.
Okay. That's dope.
That was for my cousin. She became a lawyer in cannabis. So I painted her Lady, what do you call that? The lady that has the Lady Judgment, I think her name is.
Oh, Judge Judy.
Right, yes. Nah, but I think it's called Lady Justice. I think so, but I put the weed on one side and the city of the people on the other side.
Yeah.
As like the justice laws of having it,
Like balanced
this
stuff?
whole regulation happening. Honestly, a couple of years into this whole regulation, and I hate it. I wish it was still Prop 215.
Because it's more expensive.
More expensive, and the quality of the cannabis. When you used to go to the club back in like 2016, you used to be like, I know for a fact I'm gonna see some crazy bud out there, like, and it's usually in the front on top. Now it's like you go there, and it's like, what the hell's all this dried shit here? How could you even have this on the shelf? You know?
You haven't found like a good spot though?
Well, I found people even through the session, and you could find them on Instagram. Don't want to blow them up, but you can find them on Instagram. And yeah, if you lock down a good connection with them, and you're not like a flaky customer, like, what are your prices?
Yeah.
And then ghost them.
Yeah.
That will get you blocked. But if you want to, I would just say have like a good amount of money and try it out. Go to one of them and see what's good, because a lot of them have the great cookies quality cannabis.
Okay.
But at street prices, 30.
Okay.
30 an eighth.
That's pretty freaking good. I remember whenever like it was that prop came up where you could get it at 18, which was crazy, and then they changed it to 21. But like I remember I had a job. That was my first job. I worked at a coffee shop, but I only worked like 6 hours because like the owner was like super freaking cheap. And like I would only get like probably like I don't know, like $65, $75 every 2 weeks or whatever. And so, like, I would spend it all on weed because I was like, oh, I have my first job. I could buy it weed. And I remember they had was Holistic Healthcare Center on Tully over there. And they had I would get Top Strain every single time. And it was like $60, which was, I think, overpriced because I don't think it should be that expensive. But, like, they did have some crazy stuff. Like, I remember I really liked the Cosmic or the Dream ones, Dream strains. But then also they had this one where it was an indica, which I was not super big on indica, but they had it smelled exactly like Bubblicious bubblegum.
Ooh.
And I was
like
like,
Bubba
dude,
Kush?
yeah. But it was like so freaking amazing smelling, but you wouldn't really be able to taste it whenever you actually use it, but like, dude, it straight up smelled like bubblegum.
Yeah, the greatest way I feel when you smoke weed, the greatest way to get the terpenes out of the bud is to volcano.
Oh.
Or my friend has this something.
I heard that like vaping is usually the best way to get like the flavor.
Yeah, the dry herb, because it's basically like a little oven. They call that little thing you pack it. It's called a crucible, and then you put it in there, and then just heats it up, like bakes it instead of combusting it. And it just, all those little crystals, they just melt off, and then you're basically dabbing.
Yeah.
Right off the nug,
And then you have this huge ass like plastic bag.
Yeah.
Like you should get those and just like get them from Safeway and just reuse them.
Anytime anybody sees that machine, they're like, dude, well, what are you guys doing up in here?
That's how I feel like with bongs too. Like I've never been like into bongs or whatever. I always just thought that like when someone whips out a bong, it's like, all right, someone's got this fucking weird ass contraption that's like has chambers and like fucking percolators and stuff. It's like, damn, now you're getting serious.
I know. I got the ash catcher, the triple perk, and it does the tornado cyclone.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, all right, I was just more into pipes and stuff, but like, there's this brewery that I like called Alvarado Street in Monterey, where every 420 they have a collab beer with another brewery in Oregon called Great Notion. It's double dank shake where they use terpenes from Northern Lights strain, and it makes it taste like melon. Like the beer tastes like melon. It's an IPA, but it tastes like melon. Like it's like candy almost. And they only brew it once a year. And it's like my favorite. Like we have a label of it right there. It's we can show you all our labels that we collect and stuff. We make like little magnets.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I heard of those craft beers. Actually, when I was going to the sessions, there was a vendor there. His name was SJ Beer Guy. And this guy, he was only selling 4-packs. It was like $55 for 4 tall cans. I was, you trip off of that, but you spend 60 on an 8. So
yeah.
So I was like, okay, what's so special about this beer? Why is it $55 for 4?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, everyone's talking about it. The first thing he said was, you don't taste the beer. It's just straight flavor. I was like, I don't believe this, so I had to try it. And the first one I had was a white chocolate marshmallow or something like that. And it tasted, actually when you cracked it open, it was a hard seltzer. It cracked it open and it foamed on itself as if I poured it, and it had that, nice little foam top. Someone brought out the whipped cream or something. It did that in a can right when you cracked it open, and when you drink it, it literally tastes exactly what is on the label: white chocolate marshmallow.
Damn.
Next thing you know, you're loaded because it has the same amount of alcohol as an IPA, like 9%.
Yeah.
Now for me, I don't drink,
Uh-huh.
so when I do drink, I get shit faced off of one beer. For one beer, it's cheap date.
Dude, they've been getting crazy with freaking with craft beer and stuff. That's really cool though, because like I like to small or support like the smaller breweries that we have in San Jose, like Narrative Fermentation and stuff. But yeah, they get crazy with a lot of the stuff, like the smoothie sours where it tastes
Yeah,
straight up just like
Slushy
freaking
XL.
slushies. Yeah,
Yeah, I used to. The only place I seen that was Southgate Liquors.
yeah,
Rest
they
in
closed.
peace.
Yeah, rip.
When Nelk Boys got them.
Yeah, dude, that's so crazy. And
Wilding
seeing
out too much in the
seeing
parking
the
lot.
video of it. Wait, can we pull that up? Can we look up Southgate Liquors Nelk Boys or whatever? They freaking like had a mob straight up charging the Nelk Boys truck, jumping on the truck, blocking the street, and it looks like, yeah. So basically, what happened is that
How do I spell this?
Nelk, Nelk Boys.
They had their own little Woodstock 99 in the parking lot. Oh.
No, it was in the street on Snell. Snell and
I
Blossom
haven't
Hill.
even seen this video yet. I heard it.
Look
from you.
on videos. Go on videos. Right there. Yeah, there you go.
I heard what got them was the fireworks.
No, it was this. I guess the landlord kicked him out because he had to pay like this huge ass fine. He tried putting a GoFundMe in order to pay for the fine, but like they yeah, that video right there. All right, wait.
Well,
zoom
that's
in
their
on that.
beer right there, right?
Yeah, that's a Nelk Boys thing. Look, this is on Blossom Hill and Snell. They're literally climbing on the delivery truck. Yeah, yeah. Look at that, dude. They're just grabbing on the truck and stuff. They're trying to get out. It's ridiculous. All right, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, they were just blocking the
Just causing ruckus.
yeah.
That's insane, man. I mean, that was a place to get the beer because they had all the stuff you couldn't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Unless some random vendor had it coming by.
Yeah, and plus they also had it where you could buy like one at a time too, so you don't have to buy a 4-pack if you didn't want to.
Yeah,
But-
that craft beer, they limited people.
Yeah.
They said,
I mean,
nah, 1 case per person or something like that.
Yeah, they do. And then it's like he ended up having a thing where I was a part of where you have to like he'll post in his stories to be like, I have this rare beer, hit me up, first 10 people to claim it, you'll get it. And like you can only buy like a 1 can or sometimes only a 4-pack, and like it was crazy.
I remember people were like lining up at the store just
Yeah.
waiting for the new beer drops.
Yeah, dude, they had freaking 50 Cent over there too.
50 Cent was there?
Yeah, it was for one of his things. I think he had like a wrap snack or something like that. Like he had some snack over there, and so or a vodka. I think he had a vodka, and he is actually doing like a signing over there.
I remember he had his energy juice or something like that. It was like a red line or something. It's called Synergy, I think it was. Or it had an
Synergy.
S on there. That was when 50 Cent was in his prime time.
Yeah.
Everyone was all the Massacre, you know, listening to his albums, flaunting his that Miniman song. Everyone was just singing that. The whole G Unit movement.
Yeah. It's weird how I felt like that was just like yesterday. I'm getting so old now.
I know, right? I remember that whole era, the whole G Unit. If I remember correctly, that was like during the like 2004.
Yeah.
I remember someone telling me that Independence High School, that was like the worst year they had it. Like they actually had stabbings in the.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was some serious stuff.
Yeah. I'm glad I never went to a high school that bad. I went to freaking Morgan Hill, so it's like farmers and shit.
Yeah, I went to a continuation school, but the continuation school that I went to was actually pretty cool because your graduate degree still counted as a high school degree, not a GED.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
And they didn't have homework.
I heard about that. I had some friends that went to continuation schools too.
Yeah, so, and when I was at the MHS, I went to Milpitas High School. And when I went there, it seems like they were like targeting me. It kind of felt like that way, but you know, who knows? Maybe I was just taking it upon that way. But I got sent out of MHS. That some graffiti happened, and I was blamed for it. I had a whole bunch of Prisma markers in my pocket because I was doing my black books, you know. And it was spray paint. Someone tagged spray paint on the wall, and they were like, "That's you." I'm like, "That's not me.
Yeah.
Look, how am I gonna do a
That on a
spray
wall.
with this fucking permanent marker,
Yeah.
dude.
That's so ridiculous.
You think I did the dots,
Uh-huh.
the little spray dots and stuff, make it look. I don't have a spray can, so I just got to make it look like a spray. But yeah, so I got kicked out, went to a continuation school, and there they actually aided my favor of choice of art. You know, they actually they paid for some spray paint. I did a mural for them.
That's sick.
Yeah, so it kept me going in what I like to do.
Yeah, I remember at one point too when Pokemon Go was coming out or was like hella big and stuff. You actually had one of your artwork as one of the stops.
Oh yeah, that was sick. So the lady I did that, it was her house. It was on the back of her fence. And she just texted me. She sent me a screenshot. She's like, "Yo, look, I never have to go anywhere for some Pokeballs because I just go to my backyard, and I'm the king of this gym always."
Damn, that's so sick. I heard that some people actually got pissed off, so that's good that came in your favor because people were like, "I have people always camping out in front of my house because it's Pokemon stop." And
dude, that's right. I don't know. Maybe they did move it because of that. And I know people were complaining about that. Those are some crazy days.
Dude,
I would be driving.
I almost got hit by a car because I'm just on my phone looking at it. We're crossing the street, and then fucking car comes out of nowhere and just like honks at me. I'm like, oh shit, sorry.
Dude, the Guadalupe River was lit.
Oh yeah,
24/7.
Dude, we were freaking just walking the path and stuff like in circles.
I was always like telling my friends like, yo, what the homeless people, tweakers, college kids, what are they doing out here? And then you know how the steps go down to the river? They're all just chilling there like they're on bleachers and stuff, just playing the game. You don't know who's playing the game or who's tweaking, you know?
Yeah.
You would see people hanging out in the most weirdest place. Like, what is someone doing up there?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, he's just trying to catch a bird or some shit. I seen a meme talking about back in my day, if we wanted to see things that weren't there, we would do acid.
Not this Pokemon.
Yeah, what is this? Alter reality.
Yeah,
AR.
people just hate on things that are popular because people do that with Fortnite too. So
yeah,
even though I love Fortnite, but like I don't take it as like a thing like where people like obsess over it. Like I like it, but
man, I still have Fortnite on my iPad even though I can't even use the app.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I just have it there just to say I have it there, you know. If they bring it back, they're cool, you know.
Yeah.
But that whole lawsuit, that was pretty funny between Apple and Epic, and they're talking about like they had Fortnite on the Apple store, and then Apple was like, "We'll make these prices low," and then Epic's like, "We didn't even have our prices low. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You violated the contract." And then Apple's like, well,
yeah,
get you out of here.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks because it's like every single like software. I remember whenever like smartphones first came out and stuff, everyone's like, "Oh, that could be the next big thing. I could like work as that and make me a millionaire or whatever." But then it's like Apple literally just like has a store, and you have to pay them to even like be on it, and then whatever sale you make, you have to pay them 25%. It's like on everything.
Yeah.
And so that's why Fortnite was made an alternate payment in order for them to buy it directly from them, the V-Bucks and stuff, and Apple's like, no, it has to go through Apple Pay or whatever.
Oh,
and
okay.
So they're like, oh, fuck, you guys are off, and then they end up getting sued and stuff, but yeah.
Dude, Apple and Samsung, the whole...
Yeah, that kind of ended. Like, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, I think the whole penny drop-off was like, all right, they're not doing that shit again.
Yeah.
We'll just call it. We don't want to deal with them. They're going to drop off more pennies, and I don't want to deal with that.
That's true, yeah. Because I remember they had a huge, like, year-long lawsuit, and then Samsung had it's weird. They, like, both lost, but, like, Samsung had to pay more and shit.
Yeah, so they paid truckers 30 trucks to dump shit tons of pennies on their lawn. That's like the biggest troll ever. Like, I don't think anyone's beat that so far.
Dude, I hear people do that whenever they get like a ticket from like a parking meter or whatever.
Yes.
And they'll pay in pennies.
Yeah. That's probably the greatest feeling. Like, hey, it's all there. Bam. Yeah. All that trouble you giving me. Yeah, now you feel it.
So we got a game coming up too, where if you want to go to the slideshow, basically every episode we like to make a little game where it's kind of like trivia or stuff like that.
Sick.
I don't know the answers to these, and I usually lose. It's like I have an art history degree, and I don't know shit still, because my mind just boop. In one ear, out the other. Okay, so this
The
one's
whole
called
school.
Where in the World is That Street Art?
Yeah, they're all like graffiti, famous street art.
I like how you put
themed.
it was August 25th.
Oh, I did do that. You see, I always just duplicate the last podcast's slideshow and change the date, but apparently I did the date and not the month.
And this was inspired by Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
All right, number one. Where do you guys think this one is?
Oh, hot damn.
I'm going to guess B, Germany, because that guy sounds German in
That-
the name. Hoaxer.
I think that is. Wait, hoax. I think that's Germany.
Is that your guys' final answers?
Yeah.
You're both wrong.
Oh, my God.
It's funny. I've heard of hoax before too. That's a slap on the forehead.
Team Robo. That's cool, though.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really dig
Oh
that.
yeah, Team Robo. They're the one that they had beef with Banksy.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I think they had a piece up for like 25 years, and then Banksy did one of his things where he covered it up, but he made it look like someone was peeling the wall back. So he kept, and this is like a diss in the graffiti world.
Anyone
If,
touching
you,
your
if you
stuff?
put your name there and someone goes just over half of your name, that's beef. Like
Yeah.
you should have covered my whole name.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's what happened with Team Robo. If I remember correctly,
Uh-huh.
that was the beef. So
That's a dope painting, though. Graffiti. I don't know. What do you call them? Do you call them paintings? Do you call them murals, I guess?
This one's called a mural.
Yeah, that one's for sure a mural. That's sick. I really like that.
that is
Like
clean.
the underground and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Underground lights in a cave.
This looks like it could be from Texas or San Diego. Omaha, what? Nebraska? Do they have art in
We're
Nebraska?
wrong.
I'm just kidding.
I want to say this is.
It looks Texas. I'm gonna go with Texas because it looks like cactus.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would say. You know what? I'm gonna go with C. Omaha.
Oh shit!
All right.
That's the only context clue I had from that. I was like, okay, cactus.
I didn't even notice that.
Right. Oh.
That's sick.
Oh yeah, I know this guy.
Okay.
OSGMOs, but I don't know where this is at. That's the thing.
I like how you put Omaha again, and Houston. Why does this look something like it'd be like on the East Coast? But it also does look like it'd be Houston too, because I'm gonna go with Boston.
Yeah, I was gonna go with A.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I might have fucked up and forgotten to rewrite the other two.
Oh my
Maybe
God.
that gave it away.
And you had like 4 months to do this too.
I see this guy on shirts everywhere now.
Dude, me too.
He's been around for a while. 1989.
1989?
This guy, he does these things, and everyone loves it so much. He could do it right in front of a police officer, and they just don't give a damn.
Keith
And he
Haring.
does it all in one line.
Really?
Yeah, so each character, I seen him do it in a subway. Someone was recording him, and everyone was just watching him. Even the police officers in the subway train, they're just watching him bomb this whole entire subway wall. And he's just using a marker, and he's just one line on each character.
Damn. That's sick.
This
That would be a good shirt too. I remember back in the day where they had like, you know, all over patterns and stuff, like in the 2000, like mid 2000s.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of like that 90s print.
Yeah.
I want to say this is Spain.
I'm going to guess this is Netherlands.
Damn, you're both wrong again.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Is that our last one?
No.
Oh, we have one more.
We have one more. So basically, either you could win, or no, I could win or tie. So let's see. This looks. The thing is, I never been to anywhere besides Denver.
Yeah, I think this is Denver.
I'll let you keep that because I'm gonna see. I'm gonna go with Salt Lake City because this does not look like what New Orleans looks like.
I think you're both wrong again.
Is it really New Orleans? Okay, I need to travel more.
Yeah. I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at.
That looks like totally like a Denver thing too.
I can see it.
Yeah.
That's really dope though. I like that. All right, cool, man. All right, well, I like a lot of the artwork that you've been doing lately. Like, do you have anything that you've been working on?
Oh yeah, recently, actually just yesterday and tomorrow I'm gonna go finish the mural. I did a Hawaiian mural, Hawaiian beach theme over at my auntie's house. And that was a long time ago, or not a long time ago, a long time for me using spray paints. Because recently I've been on the digital arts. I just designed a logo for Cali Canine.
What's Cali Canine?
Oh, Cali Canine is he's a dog trainer. He's actually in downtown San Jose. He's actually right by the burger bar.
Really?
Yeah, he's just down the street from the burger bar. And he has a Netflix show called Canine Intervention.
What the
And
hell?
I heard about him
That's
because my girlfriend has her sister. She keeps her dogs at our house, and it's this very territorial Alaskan Malamute. He's a big dog. He's a beautiful dog, but he looks kind of like an evil wolf.
Yeah.
You know, so he strikes fear in people just by looking at him. He has some piercing eyes, you know. And that's the thing is, like, people just already like, oh, dude, show fear, and the dog takes off on you, you know.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to kick this dog's ass, you know. But I'm not gonna beat a dog. That doesn't do anything. So I just had to learn how to interact with a dog and how to get it trained. And Cali Canine is known for taking dogs that are like pretty much destined to be put down.
Shit.
Like, I think the first episode he was talking about there was this pit bull that was a 3-legged pit bull, and it didn't trust anyone because its first original owner was a homeless dude. And someone did a drive-by, killed the homeless dude, I think, and then shot the dog. And I think the police amputated the dog's arm just for evidence. Why didn't you take the bullet out?
Yeah.
Right. So it's a 3-legged pit bull, so it's traumatized, you know, as you can tell. Someone had it in L.A., and he just couldn't keep it, like, he couldn't have people over because the dog was too, you know, offensive. Cali Canine took it for 2 weeks and brought it back. It was like the most obedient dog you've ever seen. And it doesn't just like, all right, knocks off all the bad behavior. It's like they behave to your command.
Yeah.
And he's just really good at it. So I really watched the entire series. I don't really have the funds to join his class, but I would love to, you know. So that's why I decided, all right, well, maybe I can learn from the TV show.
Yeah.
And it's actually pretty dope.
That's sick.
And it was pretty cool to know that he's in San Jose, you know.
Yeah. And then you got to do, you're doing a piece for him too. So
it's actually, what's crazy is that he lived with Brandon's dad.
Really?
Yeah, when I posted the picture of Cali Canine, Brandon hit me up. He said, yo, Cali Canine, Jas has lived at my dad's house. And then I asked Cali Canine, yo, do you know his dad?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I lived with him when I first started up my business in San Jose. What a small world.
Damn, everyone knows Brandon and his family. It's
That's
ridiculous.
what I'm saying. Every time I meet someone new, wait, hold up. Do you know Brandon Dariano?
Yeah, right. Shout out to Brandon Dariano.
Yeah, just wear that shirt. Someone.
Have you seen Brandon Dariano? We should make that a shirt.
Hey,
hey, I know that guy. I went to high school. What the fuck?
Go back to Brandon, bro. My fan base grew because I knew you.
Yeah. Sweet, man. Well, do you have any other? So I could plug in your Hawaiian painting or your art that you're doing in post and stuff. So if you want to send that over to me or whatever. But do you have any other final words before we close it?
Oh, not that much, but
follow you at Docter Quest.
Yeah, actually, I do. I have a website actually. So being in the marketing and branding, I wanted to learn how to market my own artwork because a lot of times people can do the artwork but they don't know the business side.
Yeah.
And so once you learn and master the business side as much as you master the art side, you could be unstoppable at what you do. And so I wanted to learn how to make my logo pop and where to put it at and where to place it and then the times to drop them and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I got a website, www.bigcartel. I'm sorry, www.drquestart@bigcartel.com. There you go.
Okay.
So there I have all these clothings, and they're ordered. When you order, they're made on spot.
Okay.
So I never have a stock at my house.
Okay.
So if you order all these, I have all the sizes, available from like XS. You can pick your garment, have all these sizes available from XS to extra large, or even, 4XL, and some garments. But you go there, choose your item, it'll get mailed to you, directly to you. After you purchase it, it'll be made in the factory and then sent to you,
That's dope.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so I got beanies, sweats, sweaters, shirts, and with this following month, I got to make some more. I have a whole bunch of digital designs that I haven't created or made a template of
Yeah.
to host on the store. So I'm trying to do it as a drop.
Yeah.
Now that I'm learning more in the marketing, I'm like, okay, you don't just make a logo, throw it out there. Logo, throw it out there. Another logo, graphic design, make a shirt.
Uh-huh.
You want to do it as drops.
Yeah.
So people are anticipating it.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of like, hey, I didn't even know that was out.
Sweet, man. All right. Well, this was an amazing episode. I'm glad you're able to make it, dude. It was good seeing you.
Yep.
All right. Let's bounce.